Hey, what is going on, guys? Continuing my coverage into this bombshell FTX lawsuit. Now, I know we have two lawsuits. We have the original FTX lawsuit against, the plaintiff is Edwin Garrison, and it's against me, Kevin, Jeremy LaFave, BitBoy Crypto, Andre Jig, Tom Nash, all these different influencers, Erica Kohlberg, all these creators agency, spooky, weirdo, secret society people, right? Who basically dominate all of finance YouTube, right? Then you have the second lawsuit, which Spencer literally just commented on my video like 5 minutes ago, and he's like, this is the worst lawsuit I've ever seen. And I got to agree with him. That lawsuit is against Graham Stephan. They're suing him, again, the same law firm, and they're also suing BitBoy again, as well as CZ, and they're suing them because they're accusing them of promoting Binance and that whole thing. But let's talk about the update regarding the first lawsuit. This update has to do with the FTX lawsuit, and like I said, you guys know, so far, I'm the only channel that's been giving you guys daily updates. So if you do appreciate that, then just please do me a favor and give the video a like. I think that this lawsuit is bombshell. I think a lot of good can come out of this. And so that's why I'm trying to cover it as much as I can. Because like I said, we cannot let these guys just get off the hook for promoting an absolute scam when many of them were against crypto in the first place. And, you know, there's got to be some accountability. So let's go ahead and go to the new order, okay? So the new order right here, this is the latest update. Matter of fact, I'll go back to the docket so you guys can kind of see. So you can clearly see here, April 3rd, you got two new things. And then, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and read the latest thing, and it says it right here. Basically, there's an order right here that basically says that the defendants don't have to respond until everyone is served. Now, shout out to my guy. There's this guy who's really smart, and he really understands like the lawsuit process and everything, and he's been helping me behind the scenes. He doesn't want his name to be thrown out there, but I'm still going to shout him out anyway. I'm just not going to say his name. He knows who he is. So shout out to him. He's been helping me with like breaking this stuff down, understanding this. So I'm going to kind of read a little bit of what he said, because he's been very helpful in just understanding this stuff. And he saved me a ton of research of me doing it myself to figure out what all this crap means. But we'll go ahead and read the order first. So it says right here, order, this cause came before the court while defendant creators agency LLC. Okay, let me scroll down so we can get to the meat and potatoes of this. It says right here, ordered that defendant creators agency LLC and all later served defendants shall not file responses until all defendants have been served. After all defendants have been served, defendants shall submit a single combined response or separate answers within the time allowed for the last served defendant to respond. Although defendants are not required to file responses to the complaint until all defendants have been served, each defendant's counsel shall file a notice of appearance within 21 days of service of the complaint upon the defendant, done and ordered in Miami, Florida, this 3rd day of April, 2023. Okay. This is the judge, by the way, that's like over the entire lawsuit. So the way that we understand this, this is actually good for the defendants, right? And the main reason why, matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and read to you guys what me and my guy was talking about behind the scenes on the email. The way he's interpreting this is he's saying, based on the order, he thinks that the judge doesn't want to hear from anyone until every defendant is served. And the judge's reasoning, Cecilia right here, her reasoning is that she doesn't want chaos with all the defendants. So that's why she kind of just doesn't want to hear from anyone until every defendant is served. So basically, this kind of helps the defendants because the judge is saying that she wants everybody to be served first before we can move forward. But there's just one problem. There's no possible way that everybody can be served because Tom Nash is a part of this lawsuit, and there's no way they're going to be able to serve Tom Nash the papers. The legal paperwork, there's no way he's going to get served because nobody has any freaking idea where this guy lives and what his real name is. I mean, you know, Scott Schaefer exposed it a little bit, which, like I said, if these lawyers really did their homework, they'd be able to at least find his name because Scott Schaefer did put out a video on it, but whatever. Let me go ahead and keep reading, though. Says right here, to better manage the orderly progress of the case, it is ordered, blah, blah. Okay. The lawyer is leaving, and this is what the guy I've been communicating with has said. The judge leaves the possibility that the defendants may want to jointly respond, and that's this part right here. Yeah, here it is. Defendants shall submit a single combined response or separate answers within the time allowed for the last served defendant to respond. And so, Yeah, the way that I kind of feel about this, guys, is that the fact that Tom Nash is anonymous and they can't find him, that could end up holding up this case for a while. It really could. It could very well delay this case. And like I said, this is really good for the defendant. So unfortunately, I know a lot of us want to see some of these influencers see some type of justice. I mean, seeing them have to pay money out of pocket or pay some type of settlement or whatever they got to do to go through this court case, pay the legal fees, is good for us, because these guys have refused to take any accountability for promoting an absolute scam. However, it looks like Tom Nash might actually save the day for them, because the judge wants all of them to be served before they respond. And like I said, there's no way they're going to find Tom Nash. So I'm just reading further on to here. Yeah, it looks like Tom Nash could be the savior of the group. That's kind of the way it's looking. Now, in my conversation with my guy behind the scenes, he's basically saying that he thinks that the lawyers could actually try to subpoena YouTube. So the way that it works is, we have no idea where Tom Nash is, right? But if the lawyers are really aggressive and they're like, okay, even though we can't find everybody, we want to do what we can. We want to figure out a solution to serve everybody. Well, what he's saying right here is the lawyers could actually try to subpoena YouTube for Tom Nash's true info, since he is monetizing and getting paid. Now, it's interesting because, shout out to Slurpees. There's a popular person in the community. His name is Slurpees. He comments on a lot of my live streams and videos. Shout out to him. He actually came out with this idea first before this guy even said it right here in the email I'm reading. Slurpees actually said that if they really wanted to find Tom Nash's identity, Slurpees said that they could submit like a fake copyright strike and basically take it all away, and they could get Tom Nash's real information that way. Well, this guy right here is kind of saying the same thing, except in a different way. The way he's saying it is, they could subpoena YouTube itself, YouTube LLC itself, or whatever YouTube's company name is. I'm sure it's YouTube LLC, but whatever. They could subpoena them, and in that way, if they subpoena YouTube, well, whatever Tom Nash had to type in terms of like his real address for his payments, YouTube would basically, if they get subpoenaed, would have to give the court that information. And I don't know if Tom Nash figured out a way to get through there, but just so you guys know, that is a really good way to get somebody's information. Like, I know for me, when you sign up for YouTube's monetization partner program, you have to thoroughly verify who you are. Like, they don't play that. Like, they make you submit an ID, they make you put in your full address, and then YouTube actually sends you something in the mail to your address, and you have to verify that and basically send it back to them, or they send you something in the mail and then you have to go online and like type in what they sent you. It was something like that. I applied for the partner program like a year ago at this point, back in like, you know, this same time, 2022. So I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I would like to think that YouTube itself has Tom Nash's real identity, because you kind of have to, you know what I mean? So I agree with this guy right here. He says that he thinks that the lawyers will be desperate, though, if they try to do this route. I don't agree if that they would be desperate. Like I said, we have no idea nobody knows who Tom Nash is, except for Scott Schaefer. I mean, if they want to subpoena Scott Schaefer and say, hey, you found out Tom's real name. What's his name and where does he live? I mean, I don't know, man. This guy also says that he thinks that this lawsuit could mostly be a fishing expedition. Some homeowner policies have some provisions for providing some legal coverage and legal fees. So the plaintiffs could very well be going after the insurance money, not just the defendant's net worth. This would actually make sense right here. And I can tell you guys right now, when I was on the phone before I got media insurance, I was actually told on the phone that if you have homeowner's insurance, your homeowner's insurance can actually protect you from the event of a defamation lawsuit. I know that sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. And so the way that I'm kind of interpreting this, and this is what I think too, I just want to make it very clear. This guy right here and everybody else who feels that they're going to eventually settle, that's honestly what I think too. I think that the lawyer's game plan here is to try and get the defendants to settle. And we know that a decent amount of them have media insurance. Kevin has media insurance. From what I understand, Jaspreet Singh is a lawyer. I don't know anything about Minority Mindset, but some people in the comments said that he's a lawyer. He might have insurance too. Graham Stephan said that he has partial insurance, which apparently he pays $1,000 a month for. So we know that some of these people have insurance, and maybe the lawyers know that as well. I really don't know, but that's a good point. And also the point that I love about this is the homeowners part, because even if all of them don't have media insurance, well, I'm sure most of them have homeowners insurance because they all own homes. All of them own homes. Graham Stephan has a home. Jeremy has a home. Tom Nash, I'm sure, has a home. Me, Kevin has a home. All these guys have homes that they use with their grift money that they made in 2021 when they were grifting their followers. So if the lawyers know that these guys would have to use their homeowner's insurance to pay for the lawsuit, then it's safe to say, at least this is my speculation, that what this guy is saying is true. They're probably going after that insurance money. They're probably going to try and get, they're probably going to go for the insurance companies. They're banking on the fact that the insurance companies are going to fight for a settlement because the insurance companies don't want to pay whatever claim they might potentially pay, and they don't want to drag the whole thing on because obviously you guys know how insurance works. Insurance companies do not want to pay a bunch of money. I mean, they'll cover you, whatever, but, you know, they're going to fight. So I absolutely agree with this. This guy also says a poor defendant can still net money to plaintiffs if the defendant has good insurance. I just saw this, and okay, I'm not going to read that part. Okay. So, yeah, crazy stuff. So, yeah, that's the update that we have regarding this case. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this. We're just talking about the different scenarios. I want to make it very clear. I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm not an expert. This is all just speculation. But it's well-researched speculation. Like, I'm spending a lot of time reading this stuff, interpreting. I'm speaking to people behind the scenes who are very well-versed in legal language and lawsuits and different things like that. So, you know, we're just trying to figure things out and get to the bottom of this. And, yeah, looks like Tom Nash might be able to save the day because according to this order right here, everybody has to be served in order for this case to move forward. So far, it looks like they were able to find everybody's address, which you could easily find in court paperwork. It looks like they were able to find Andre Jig, Brian Young, Minority Mindset, me, Kevin, Graham, Stephen, blah, blah, blah. The only person that I see that they have not been able to find is Tom Nash. So congratulations, Tom Nash. It looks like you might actually save the day for your buddies there because, yeah, if they are not able to serve you, then, hey, I don't know. Let me go ahead and read one more thing that this guy said because I thought it was very interesting. He said one thing that I didn't consider is that instead of a new lawsuit, they could just drop Tom Nash from the suit and proceed forward with the defendants who are successfully served. Now, that would make sense right there. I think that personally makes a lot of sense because, like I said, I don't think they're going to be able to find Tom Nash. So I think the most plausible thing they're going to be able to do here is, yeah, they're just going to drop Tom Nash and say, okay, buddy, you're off the hook. We can't find you. We don't know where the heck you live. Tom Nash out here living on Mars somewhere or something. I don't know. Tom Nash live in Africa or something. I don't know. It's crazy. But, yeah. So that would be interesting. So if it's a possibility that if they're not able to find Tom Nash, they're just like, okay, we're dropping him from the lawsuit. Everybody else has been served. Let's move forward. So I don't know what's going to happen. So far, the favor is definitely in the hands of the defendants based on this new court order that we just saw. And also just given the fact that this lawsuit is BS. I mean, it is. It's not the greatest lawsuit in the world. I think that, look, I'll put it this way, guys, okay? I'm going to put it this way. I don't want to bag too much on these lawyers because they're like a million times smarter than me when it comes to the law. So I'm not disrespecting them in any way. I'm just speaking on the fact of the actual lawsuit paperwork. They might have a super top secret, spooky alien secret society space cowboy in the dark mountains of Antarctica plan that I don't know about. They might. But in terms of the actual lawsuit, I'm going to go to it right now. In terms of this lawsuit right here, this 73-page lawsuit, I'm not even joking, guys. I honestly believe that if me, Strongman Personal Finance, Chris Norland, and Scott Schaefer all sat together and wrote our own lawsuit, I think we can come up with a much better lawsuit than this. And we're not even lawyers. But I know we could because we have a lot more evidence against these guys than these people do. Like, these lawyers didn't really put anything in there. Now that I'm really processing and understanding this, it's just true. Like, they're saying a lot of, like, honestly, this lawsuit is more so about FTX and why FTX is bad, more so than, like, what exactly these influencers did. Like, seriously, me, Scott Schaefer, Chris Norris, and Strawman could easily create a much better and longer lawsuit. We could create, like, a 200-page lawsuit just going over everything that they did. The fact that half these guys said that crypto is trash and we don't like it, and now they're promoting it, and blah, blah, blah. Like, we could really go there. And also, it's funny, too, because I know these guys think that everything on Millennial Money is gone. But like I said, some of us still have some of the clips. So like I said, we got a lot more evidence than these guys do. But again, I don't want to go too hard on the lawyers. I'm sure they have some type of plan. And like I said, hopefully there's some justice. I'm not saying that I want to see a frivolous lawsuit go to the point where these guys have to pay $1 billion. But at the same time, you know, you kind of get the karma that you deserve when you promote a scam and then you don't take accountability. And then on top of that, you're just You won't even give the money back, and then you have the nerve to move forward as if nothing happened. It's just really upsetting. But anyway, I think I've talked long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.